Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is going to be a review for the Xbox One Elite controller. I've been using this controller for about I'm gonna say like a month or so. So I've used it for a fair amount. So the first thing I want to say off the bat with this controller is that it feels nice in your hand. It has some good rubbery feel back here. It has good like a matte look to it, and it has like hard durable plastic feel. I don't know how to try it, but it feels nice in your hand. It feels nice and comfortable in your hand. Other than that, the only other thing I want to talk about first is these trigger stops. They are not the best. Like these little switches back here. Make sure that they're on. So this is on, this is off. So this now is going to go all the way down instead of on, but halfway. Well, a little more than halfway. Because in Call of Duty, when I use this, it's still like right about here is a shooting point, but I still have a little extra like space, so I can't. It's not precise. So that's one bad thing about this controller. But I mean, it does help though, because you're not going all the way down, so it helps. Better. It's better than just a regular old controller that has nothing on it. But other than that, I mean, it does help. So I mean, it works still. Obviously, there's like those slots for the paddles. I'll get into all the features in a sec. But there's trick stops on this. There's like different modes. So if you have like two different games that you like to play, you can set up one for one mode and switch over to mode 2 if you played another game, like, because I played two games that like close together, like Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare. I had two different modes for each game. Even though I played MWR more than the other one. So obviously these sticks are magnetic. You can take them out. Obviously, I bet all you guys know most of the features. You're just watching this video, not only to see the features, but just to see like my opinion and if I would like recommend it. But I'll get into that my full opinion in a second. So here's like they come with just a braided cable, and then it comes with these sticks. They're just they're a little taller than the regular ones. They're a little taller than the regular ones, and they're domed. And then lastly, you get this one, which is the tallest one. So you get this one's tallest one, and you get next one is this domed one, which it really helps your accuracy in playing Call of Duty. And then obviously it comes with a default D-pad if you don't like this circle. And the circle is mainly for fighting, and then it comes with obviously the 4 paddles. And you just hook them in. Right here, you just hook them in, and it's like just all magnetic. So hook them in right back there. So that's what it kind of looks like. And I will say these paddles, it feels really nice. It feels like right where your fingers are supposed to be, like right where you're sitting. So like there's like my middle finger here, my index finger here. So I mean, it's nice, but I don't personally like to use all these paddles because I play like MWR. The way that I set mine up is I just have a paddle like that, and this is for crouching, so I can drop shot really easy, and this is for my knifing. I mean, it's all like up to you guys, but I personally like having this as my domed, like for my aiming domed, and this the regular stick for moving around because I don't really need that. This is my main setup right here, just one paddle with that. So, and if you're thinking about getting a if you're debating between this and Scuf, I have used Scuf for a while as well, and a Scuf controller I'd say is better than this. Coming from the trigger stops, you can make it precise, like right at the point. You can adjust it. They have like a little slot right here, and you can just right at the point. So it's much more precise in that sense, and you can still change this out. You can still change out the D-pad if you want their Scuf D-pad. Comes with like a Scuf logo right here, and then the paddles are like placed right here instead of like where your fingers are. So I guess you have to reach over, but I feel like that's not that big of a deal. So the paddles I feel like are a little better, but other than that, but the Scuf controller is a lot more money. Like the one that I made that basically had all these features. I can like remap these, change out these, have trigger stops. I think my controller that I made on Scuf was like $210 to $220. So it is a lot more expensive than this. This is like 100. I think I got over 140. So this is a much cheaper controller. It's like basically it's a little less than a Scuf, but I'd say it does help. So if you're not trying to spend 210 to 220 bucks, this is a great controller. I've had no problems with it. Obviously, I've had improvements from my old main controller. It has improvements. I can play Call of Duty like a lot easier, but it is no Scuf. And if we're comparing this to Scuf is, I'd say, a lot better. So I feel like if this is for just a playing controller, then it's Scuf. This is definitely not better than Scuf. If you're debating between this and Scuf, and you have the money, go with Scuf. But this is definitely a step up. It's definitely a good step. Mainly because these paddles are placed differently. So if you want to play with all of them, and because you're playing a game where you need to, like Infinite Warfare or something like that, it's right on your finger. So I feel like it's just really easy to like press them, like really easy to just press buttons that you're not trying to press. But with Scuf, they're all right here, so you can still have your fingers on the rubber, and then reach over and click the paddles. And but if you want to like remap those and basically change the things, you need to buy this like extra like key thing, and it costs more money. So it's up to you guys. If you have the money, I'd suggest you go with Scuf. But other than that, this is definitely a step up. So overall, this is a very good controller, and I mean, I would recommend it if someone asked me. It is more expensive, but in my opinion, it's cheaper than Scuf and has all the features that I wanted, and that has in a Scuf controller per se. But But the Scuf, it's obviously a little better. But this is definitely a good controller. I would recommend you buy this. But if you have the money and you're serious about your gaming, you're serious about your controller, I'd go with the Scuf. Personally, I go with the Scuf, and I will be buying a new Scuf later on, because I just like that controller so much. But I just wanted to buy this because I mean, I didn't want to spend a lot of money at this point. But this is definitely a good controller, and I would recommend this. So that's gonna be it for this review. You heard my opinion. You heard what I say. I like this controller, and I would recommend it. But if you're comparing this to Scuf, or if you're just comparing it just as a little upgrade, this is definitely a good little upgrade. But if you're serious about gaming, you're comparing this to Scuf, go with Scuf. Scuf will be better, trust me. So if you guys like this video, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and see you guys next time.